Hi everyone and welcome. Today we're doing some more tea magic and this is for a broken heart. So some of the elements I've brought in are the herbs with their labels on them all around here. A heart-shaped dish just to lend it to the idea of we're working on the emotional, the heart, and we're trying to bring some soothing and stability and calmness to your life. So if you're suffering from a broken heart, a relationship that has gone bad, or you're just feeling a little bit blue, this might be the brew for you. So we're going to do a little tea magic and add the elements in. So the first one going in is chamomile. And this is to allow us to receive ease and blessings. And then we're going to add in some nettle to protect and release all pain. And we're going to add in our lavender to soothe and open our hearts once again. Now the mint is to refresh and brighten our days. And the anise, that's going to purify. And the black tea is to give us some strength. And there is some rose petals in here for the heart. Now you could bring violet leaves to this, rose petals around it, whatever you like. So we're going to be thinking that, yes, our heart aches, our body might be weak, but we're going to bring healing back and comfort back to us through these herbs to ease our mind and bless again our soul. So we want to lighten our thoughts and we want troubles to disperse. So I've also brought in some amethyst to soothe and, open up that intuition so that we know how to move forward. We've got some willow bark here, and willow is very good at easing issues and pain. So right now we're going to light the purple candle again over top of our herbs. And I just wanted to sort of bring the thought and the energy together that, our hearts might ache. As I said, our bodies might be weak, but we're bringing healing and comfort now. So let the energies of the herbs blend themselves together here under the light, and let that healing ease our mind and ease our soul. So we're going to mix this now. You could spend as long as you wanted allowing the energies of the herbs to be blessed by the light, because we are trying to bring new light in, hope, and ease away the worries. So you can bring some rose quartz in as well. You could use any card to represent whatever pain you are feeling. And I did use a pendulum to help me choose wisely the herbs inside. And I can use these rose quartz afterwards in my palms. I have two of these, but I decided to bring this one. And right now I'm going to add a little bit of the calming, the peace, and the way the rose quartz touches our hearts into the herbs. So I'm going to take this candle aside, and with intention, we bless, whether it's with Reiki or, as I say, just your intuition. Let it speak to you and allow those words to come forward. Let those thoughts about the pain that you're feeling be put into the crystal and allow the crystal and the herbs to take it away. And what we're going to do is brew some tea so that we can sit and let the healing of the herbs work for us. So I'm going to put this rose quartz here and further allow that energy of the crystal to bless the herbs while I'm boiling the water for my tea. Okay, now that the herbs have been able to receive through my thoughts that the rose quartz would impart its love energy back into these herbs, you just want to pick the herbs up and sort of blend them. Like even this rose petal could be, allowed to release all of its essence back into the herbs. And we want to mix it up and think again about, the chamomile. With the chamomile, I receive ease and blessings. With the nettle, I protect and release. With the lavender, I soothe, and with the mint, I refresh. I purify and allow the strength of the black tea to bless me and bring me strength. And each day brings love again into my heart. So there is our mix. And if you watched my previous video, I don't use the whole mix that I've made here. I take about a half a teaspoon, but a heaping one, and I place it in my pot. And then I'm going to now add the hot water. Now I hope you can see all the herbs in there. I could be stirring it again with the intention that I'm now moving forward. So I'm moving the water and the herbs clockwise. Each day brings love back into my heart. And you can spend as long as you want allowing that energy to sit within the herbs. I'm also going to be using one of these cute little bottles to hold the rest of the mix, and I will label it. And this really didn't come from a book. This was just inspiration and ideas coming together and use of the pendulum to help me pick the perfect blend. So there is the bottle. Now you can pick any teacup you want. I was reading several books that said when you're in that darker time, that darker space that we find ourselves in sometimes when we are suffering heartbreak, it's good to have a darker colored cup and allow yourself to go into those thoughts in order to clear them. And sipping the tea quietly and letting all those emotions come in and be released, and thinking of the herbs and the benefits it will provide. So I'm going to let this sit for 5 minutes. The other thing I might do for myself is if I had tarot cards or if I had cards for inspiration, I would be pulling those out now and shuffling as the tea is brewing. But I chose to bring some of my love charms to the reading. So I'm going to place them into the bowl that already has the energy from the herbs in it. And I'm going to pick a couple after I pour myself some tea. So there's quite a few in here. And we just want to put it out there that we're healing, we're mending, and we're going to be opening our heart once again and trusting that good things will begin to come towards us and we can move forward. A broken heart can take a long time to heal, but if we spend some time doing self-care, that's important. So I'm going to let these rest while I pour my tea. Now don't feel you have to rush through this. I'm just going to try this tea now and see how it tastes. Now this tea seems to be a little bit weaker. I might maybe let it sit for versus 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or if you like a stronger brew, do a couple spoonfuls before you get going. You might decide that you want it just a little bit stronger depending on what you're working through. So I would be sitting here with my tea. I wouldn't be rushing this, but I did notice that one of the charms fell out. And to me, this is, a basket that you would go on a picnic with. And there's a little bit of wine there for celebration. But with it being upside down, you don't feel like celebrating right now. You've just got to wait for things to turn around before life begins to feel, there's my timer, sorry. Before life begins to feel like a picnic again and wanting to get out into those social atmospheres. So I'm going to take that as a sign. And, we better turn it upside down. So we're going to pick, I think, just a couple more. I'm going to take this away and let them drop and see what we get. So let's zoom in. There's quite a few upside down here. So, here is the glasses upside down. Sometimes we just have a hard time finding our way, and we have to be patient. A broken heart can weigh heavy. And this is the letter N. I'm not sure what that means to me at this moment. I can't think of anyone with the letter N that has caused me grief right now. But when I saw it, I didn't think of a person so much as the issue. And for me, this looks like the sand dollar on the beach. And when you crack those open, there's all those little elements within inside. And I think there's elements within inside of us that need clearing, but we just can't find the way right now. Let's see what this one is. Dolphins. Dolphins are usually messages. And I have to be patient that the messages might be coming, but not too quickly. The dolphin can't really get those messages across to me right now because I have to release and spend time releasing. The star is upright, which tells me that there will be guidance, but it might be an inner guidance as I do my work, my own self-healing. And with the tortoise upside down, it might take a little time. So this is the way that I'm going to spend my day as far as, trying to release some of the heartbreak that, we do feel from time to time. It doesn't have to be necessarily between a man and a woman. The world is so different now. We meet so many people. We share so many avenues of love, and all the relationships they're all so important to us. And relationships are different these days. Everyone is so busy. And I'm just saying, give yourself some time. I'll be giving myself some time. Not every relationship stands the test of time and lasts. And like you, I have to realize that, and I have to let some of that go and know that there'll be other relationships and there'll be other things to celebrate down the road. But it's just maneuvering through the dark times. But to have that star there gives me hope that I will find a way to get through the difficulties. And I know mine are not as deep as some people. And this was just to put it out there that no matter how light or deep, sometimes we could use a little help getting through some difficulties, I guess, with the people in our lives, how we associate with them, how we grow with them. And not every relationship has to end because we hit difficulties. We have to have patience and work through it. It takes time. So I'm going to hope that this has been, inspiring. A cup of tea can be so uplifting, and look at it as a chance to just spend time with your thoughts And if you have some rose quartz, bring that certainly. Light a candle to bring a little ambiance and treat yourself. And if you are going through difficulties, give yourself space and time. Rest and recuperate. And know that each day can bring a little bit of love into your heart if you allow it to do so. Try not to close down. Try to be open and find ways to take steps forward. So I'm sending that out there as a way to bring a little cheer to your day with a tea to uplift during difficult times. Have a wonderful day.